In the heart of Los Angeles in 1990, a city pulsing with musical innovation, three visionaries, drummer Ted Kirkpatrick, vocalist Guy Ritter, and guitarist Gary Lanier, united to form Tourniquet, a band that would redefine the landscape of Christian metal. Rocking you up for Jesus Christ with classic-style hard rock music and practical Bible teaching. From their inception, Tourniquet's mission was clear: to blend the veracity of thrash metal with an uncompromising message of faith in Jesus.
I want to thank you all for being here. This is a song called Tears of Korah. This is about some of the people that were with Moses. But some of the people with Moses thought they were too cool. They thought they were all holy. And they came to Moses. They said, Moses, we're holy. Why do you think you're so cool, Moses? God said, Moses, get away from those people, Moses, because I'm going to fry them.
A lot of Satanists are more ripe for the gospel than people that grew up in Christian surroundings or Christian family that never accepted him. And the Satanists are hungry for it and they want it, but they don't think that they can have it. And Satan tells them every day, God doesn't want you, you're nothing. And that's not true, that's a lie. There's nobody that cannot come to the Lord after they've fallen. And God reaches his hand out to everybody.
Their debut album, Stop the Bleeding, released in 1990, showcased their technical prowess and lyrical depth. Their sophomore album, Psychosurgery, in 1991, was one that pushed boundaries, and it solidified their place in the metal community. And then in 1992, Pathogenic Ocular Dissonance was hailed as a metal masterpiece. It was a little later down the road voted favorite album of the 1990s by HM Magazine readers. Over the years, Tourniquet's lineup evolved, featuring talents like bassist Victor Macias and guitarist Eric Mendez.
We're here with Guy Ritter, vocalist, Tourniquet, Gary Lanier, guitar player. My name is Ted. This is Eric Mendez. Many of you heard him playing guitar a while ago.
Multi-talent.
Sidekick Victor Macias, bass player.
And vocalist Luke Easter joined the band in 1993. In this interview clip, Luke shares about his early days with Tourniquet and how his voice, obviously different than Guy Ritter's, opened up some fresh musical possibilities for the band.
So things changed a little bit when you became the singer. Style-wise, a little bit. Your voice was quite different. Tell us a little bit about that metamorphosis of the band, the time when you started singing.
So I joined for the Pathogenic tour, and so all anybody heard me sing for the first year or so was the first three albums. And because my voice was different than Guy's, I think that opened up some possibilities that they hadn't considered before. And it was kind of, it was the era. I mean, the Black Album had come out from Metallica and things had shifted. And I think people realized you could write a heavy record and still make it be really catchy and really melodic. And so it was just kind of it was just the right timing. And so we did what became Vanishing Lessons. It was different, but at the same time, I don't think it's any less heavy than what had come before. It was just a little bit different approach to it. And it seemed to catch on. People seemed to like it. And that's trippy. It's been 30 years this year since that record came out.
Each member brought their unique flair, contributing to the band's dynamic sound. Their discography is a testament to their perseverance, versatility, and growth. Inseparable from Tourniquet's DNA was their unwavering faith in Jesus. Their lyrics consistently dove deep into themes of redemption, compassion, and the human condition, often using medical metaphors like a tourniquet to illustrate spiritual truths. The band's name itself illustrates a spiritual process, where God's love and grace halts the bleeding out of a life without purpose. Beyond music, Tourniquet, especially Ted Kirkpatrick, championed causes like animal rights, reflecting their belief in the stewardship of God's creation.
You have always been, besides, like you said, a servant of the Lord, you have always been a champion of animal rights all the way back to Ark of Suffering. And I think it's wonderful. Even, I'm pretty sure your entire Onward to Freedom album is dedicated to animal rights, and it's all about animal rights, correct?
Yeah, all different issues. And, that was a Kickstarter album.
Okay.
And since then, that album has become one of the top 5 most popular. The CD is sold out again. I got to do something about that.
Yeah,
people are asking for it. They're asking for it on vinyl. And to think that all these years later, Arc of Suffering I wrote in 1990, and that was on Stop the Bleeding, of course, first album. And you look at the change in how people, quote unquote, get it now, that an album like Onward to Freedom, that every song is about animals, whether it's dog fighting, factory farming, pet adoption, the oceans. It's amazing to me the change over the last 30 years in how people just get it. They get it that animals share so much of what we go through: boredom, frustration, loneliness, family ties, obviously pain. So it's really encouraging to see what's happened with that in the last 30 years. We have to remember that the first chapter of Genesis.
Yeah, the dominion of earth, yeah.
Well, before that, God's original perfect plan in the Garden of Eden, it was plant-based. Adam and Eve weren't killing and eating animals, and animals weren't killing and eating each other either. And I 10,000% guarantee you, when we get to heaven, that will be, a restored Eden, in a sense, that all those beings will be restored, and it'll be a return to that. No violence, no pain. Obviously, all that's a part of food production with animals involved. So I'm excited about that.
Their advocacy extended their ministry beyond the stage, inspiring many to view their faith as a call to compassionate action. In 2022, the metal community mourned the loss of Ted Kirkpatrick, one of the band's original founding members and a driving force. His unparalleled drumming and visionary leadership left an indelible mark on the Christian metal community.
Hey there, vinyl and music community. I just want to take a quick moment here to do a special video. And this is in regards to the passing of Ted Kirkpatrick on the 19th. He was the drummer, mastermind, leader, songwriter, plays drums, guitar, does pretty much everything except sing, of Tourniquet. Tourniquet has been around. If you're not familiar with Tourniquet, you're missed out on this many albums over the years. This many. Those are all the CDs they've released since, 91, I think. It was the first one, 91. And, yeah, he passed away on the 19th, so a couple days ago. Started having symptoms 4 months ago of a lung issue. Apparently has never tested positive for COVID or anything like that, so it doesn't seem to be related to that. There's all, whatever, it can go either way. But started having some chest pressure, chest pain, whatever. They did a check. They found this fibrosis type stuff in his lungs, and it's considered terminal. And 4 months later, he's passed. Ted Kirkpatrick, we're going to miss you, brother. Great stuff. Sadly, it's the end of Tourniquet as we know it. And like I say, hopefully we'll get to hear some of that last music he was recording. But prayers to his family and all of those involved, and that's it for this one.
Following Ted's passing, Tourniquet disbanded, but their legacy endures. Tourniquet's impact is felt in the countless lives that were changed by their music, a harmonious blend of faith and metal that continues to challenge. Today, the legacy and message of Tourniquet carries on through Stop the Bleeding, a project put together by former members of the band who are dedicated to continuing its mission. With the same passion for faith-driven, technically masterful metal, they carry forward Tourniquet's impact, challenging and inspiring listeners with hard-hitting music that glorifies Jesus.
All right, thanks for coming out here, everybody. It's good to be back. I want to introduce this band. To my left, over there, that really cool Charbel. He's played on some of the world's biggest stages. He's an awesome guitar player and a very cool friend, Neil Swanson. Also to my left, a very special person to play bass on a number of my solo tracks. She's the flood bass player. She's awesome. Her name is Anna Santina. You know, it's good to make music with your friends, the people you love. Nothing better than music.
But it takes special courage to be behind those drums tonight. This guy came into my life in January and he seemed to be reading my mind about this. And we put it together. Haste the Day drummer, all around great guy, Devin Chalk. This next person needs no introduction. He led me to the Lord when I was a kid. He's my brother, great singer, Guy Ritter.
Honoring the past while forging ahead. Stop the Bleeding ensures that the musicianship and the message about Jesus continues on for both longtime fans and new believers. Keep your eyes on Jesus.